It's Tuesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Hello, Biajilu. How are you?
I'm doing amazing.
I love this hair on you.
Thank you.
Slender look.
Yeah, Naomi Campbell.
She knows.
Taking me back to my modeling days.
I
know. Though we are robot now, but it's okay. It's okay. We're fine. So I'm still selling my book, Raising Empowered Teenagers. And school reached out to me yesterday that they wanted me to come and train their young people. According to the principal, she was saying that they are noticing a lot of things that are happening, and many parents really do not have the time to engage with their young people. So it's a conversation that they have started already, but they want an expert in that to also come and help and share ideas. You know, she had gotten a copy of the book and read it, and she was like, this is a good one for my school, for my young people, teenagers. And so I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also in print. We're printing the second book on mental health as well. So hopefully in 2 weeks, it should be ready. People are beginning to download on Lulu as well. So that's where we are, just taking one day at a time. Thank you.
Well done. Fantastic.
Thank you.
I know I found it helpful for my own daughter.
You
so
said,
we built our relationship and we're building it. So thank you for that, Manuel. How you doing, Tokwe?
I'm doing great. You know, when she read yesterday, one of my clients came from the US, and I didn't even know she was coming to the office. She just asked for address. You know, sometimes some customers maybe they want to send their brother to come and see. You know, when you tell your family members that I bought one land, they'll be like, who did you buy it from? Where is their office? Where did you know them from? So when she just said, send me your office address, I didn't even ask her the question because I know she's a client. I just sent office address. Next thing,
She shows up.
Madam showed up in the office. I'm like, Madam Lola, this is Lola US. How come? She was like, oh, she just came into the country a few days ago. She thought she has to just see me and all of that. Brought a document. So I sent it to her virtually, so she had to sign and then give us our own copy. So we had the conversation. She bought my book. I'm going to collect your book. She said she had actually ordered long ago, but somehow I didn't. She didn't get it there. So I said she'll pick it up from my office tomorrow. Long and short of that conversation is that the power of the relationships that we build on unconsciously, like putting your opinion out there. It might not be popular, but when you stand for something,
it will resonate with your people.
Will come to you. And it's extremely important to stand on what you believe in. So I feel very grateful for the people that have come to me based on my light.
Your market came to you.
I'm not seeing your face, so I don't understand.
You can't see my face.
Cowboy cutter.
I don't understand because the viewers are not
so I
saying,
loosed my hair.
Now
I loosed my hair and
bad hair.
You
didn't have time.
So
we understand the bad hair days. It happens.
Hello,
Chica.
Yes, Mariah. I'm so happy to see you again. Chica Jehovah.
Hey, Jesus Christ.
Chica Jehovah. I'm so happy to see you. You're glowing.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you.
Yes, I'm happy to be here with you ladies once again. I'm having a challenge. Every time I have to come to the studios, when I drive and I get to that point where I have to make a turn to the left from just after the toll gate, where you have the Seplat Energy Building and the Koramo College. I'm trying to make a turn into the left so that I can head into VI proper. The road users, vehicles will see that it's green for me and they're still coming within. So I can't go when it's red, I can't go when it's green.
So are you from Canada? I don't understand. It's not like
This is a Nigerian
but we are better
it's
in
messy. The amount of accidents that have happened at that particular spot.
Accident cannot happen. This is Lagos. You have to know. You have to relax. If you are a
It's a
foreigner,
major highway.
So I
but
think
if you are in
they need to put
Nigeria, you
street
look at
lights,
the
all
road.
those street light that captures when
Yes,
you
so
that they
because
put it
Nigerians
there.
learn with penalties. I don't understand it. You know, and then we're still in a despondent mood, of course. You know, just every time you open social media,
You're seeing one bad
that's all that
news
you
or
see.
the
It's sometimes even when I pray and I'm grateful for life, it feels like it's insensitive to say thank God. I don't know. You know, but I'm happy to be with you ladies.
Oh, it's good to have you, Chica. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
How are you doing, Mariah?
I'm doing well. It's Tuesday. You know, I'm just thankful to God. Yeah.
It's very
I just thought that
bejeweled.
it matches
You're looking
the
Chinese,
plot.
actually.
I told you, the Chinese fever is still all over her.
Story. In fact, I did one number 2 yesterday. It was as if I was removing all the China
from you, okay.
Because I'm like, What did I eat as it? I really had to thank you, Jesus. That has
I'm
fallen
resetting.
Hope you did not eat frog, Sha, because
Oh
that
my
sauce
God.
you were turning the other day. I saw something like that.
I saw
inside.
this stuff. I don't even know.
Oh,
I don't know
Lord.
what I ate.
You were not eating.
I don't eat it.
Don't worry, the Bible said eat.
Yes.
Eat.
It's
Apart from
poison.
God that is,
Yeah.
there's nothing
There's
unclean
poison.
and clean.
Just
Eat.
eat.
You'll be fine.
All right, let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll look at the front pages of the paper. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. Bishop was beg the FCT minister that we've communicated.
We've heard.
You have communicated.
The message is loud and clear.
The message has been loud. Please,
Relax
Oga, and
now.
relax. We want to read
Since
paper.
Message delivered.
Your message has been
The
heard.
entire country knows that
Yes.
He's working.
Your working is showing.
Worked.
Cho, plenty working.
We have seen it. Okay, Tinubu heads for Benue to galvanize against serial killing. IG, the Inspector General, Conference of Speakers clash over state police. Court grants Emefiele a 2 billion naira bail. FCCPC invites airpeace managers over flight infractions. Very important. Inflation rate drops to 22.97%. FIRS extends service period to ease tax collection. And $470 million Greater Abuja Water Supply Project begins operation. Okay, which story are we starting
I have the
with?
story on the president heading to Benue to galvanize against serial killings. Now, according to reports, armed by serial killings by terrorists and armed headers, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will tomorrow visit Benue State. He will also galvanize security and rally the people against the marauders to end their dastardly actions. Now, according to what we have heard in the last round of attacks, which drew out youths in protest at the weekend, no fewer than 147 people were killed, according to the governor of Benue State, Hyacinth Alia. Now, President Tinubu had to put off his original plan to visit Kaduna State to enable him to move to Benue, where he will be having a town hall meeting with traditional rulers, political leaders, religious figures, youth groups, and civil society representatives. Yesterday, the president, while speaking on the killings during the Abuja Water Project, he said, "While I sympathize with the Benue people, I have spoken to the governor, the leadership, and the people of Benue to accept our condolences and try very consciously to maintain peace and harmony amongst themselves." Now, the governor, who hailed the proposed presidential visit has said that it would be a soothing balm to the victims and reassure the people that they are not abandoned in this trying period. The governor has confirmed that 147 people were killed and that 127 bodies have been buried, while 8 are awaiting burial, with 2 in the mortuary after the latest round of attacks. Very gory. I mean, we've seen the videos making rounds on social media and news forums. Very gory sights. It's something that keeps you up at night.
Yeah.
You know, the images won't leave my head.
It cannot. It's that same image that, I mean, well, let's just move on.
Well, yeah. So talking about insecurity, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Igbetoku, and speakers of State House of Assembly clashed yesterday over agitations for the creation of state police. They spoke at the Constitutional Review Legislative Dialogue on the National Security Architecture, tagged Nigeria's Peace and Security. They said the dialogue was organized by the House of Reps, Committee on Constitutional Review in Liberation with the Office of the National Security Advisor, that's ONSA, and advancing their position to the proposal which had been adopted by governors. You know, the governors had agreed that they wanted state policing. Yes. Igbetoku said that rather than create the state police, the Nigerian Police Force, NPF, should be strengthened and well funded to carry out its constitutional responsibility. But the Speakers Conference, through the chairman, Adebo Gundoyin, said the security challenges in the country can be better addressed with multi-level policing, which include allowing for the establishment of the state police. The police went ahead to say that under their constitution, MPF is constitutionally established under Section 214, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which provides that there shall be a police force for Nigeria, which shall be known as the police force, and subject to the provisions of this section, no other police force shall be established for the Federation or any part thereof. So they went ahead to read, you know, some of the things that the Constitution has said. So they are saying that we just need to equip the Nigerian police force, that they are capable. The Governors Forum and, you know, the organizers of, that's the House of Reps, are saying that we need to change with changing times. The police force, we're not going to scrap it, it's still going to be there, but we need multi-level policing to handle the current issues we're facing in the country, all over the world.
Even like ego tripping.
Yeah, all over the world.
Police, we have to be there.
They always have the federal force. They have the state forces. They have even local self. They get their own form of security. So times have changed. As issues are peculiar, that constitution needs to be reconstrued in such a way that it
caters to our current reality.
I absolutely agree.
They have some valid fears, but you know,
I
sometimes when the fears come, we can actually support it.
Yes.
But saying not to have it at all is not, because you can't keep the same thing, expect a different result. We just need to change something.
Yes, so Dangote has been advertising this bonanza that will start in August on all the papers. And this has put a bit of fear in the heart of the Petrol Product Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron. And yesterday they did a press release saying that the Dangote refinery's decision to roll out 4,000 trucks to deliver petrol, diesel nationwide free from August 15 is a threat to the markets. And that Dangote should, with the 650,000 barrels per day capacity, it should compete globally and leave local markets the way it is. They asked him that he should stop rubbing shoulders with local players and he should focus on the international market, that this is going to cause loss of jobs for the industry, that the integration and adoption and this announcement will lead to a monopoly. So now, as a consumer, my own is, inside the monopoly, do I get cheaper products? Does it get sold that much?
For now,
they said it should not play in the distribution because, you know, Dangote is actually refining. So they felt it should leave it for distributor. But distributors are fighting Dangote by also importing. So he's having to take distribution off them and push it into, put his product in the market by himself. It might seem monopolistic, but he's a businessman. And at the end of the day, if the consumers are getting products cheaper and it's a quality product, we are not quarreling with anybody.
For now, the same way we all thought that... Okay, let me not use what's on my head. But the point is that sometimes you got to try something different.
When Glo came up with this per second billing, it felt like Glo was going to sweep everybody away. But it's a very competitive industry, and so we would get there.
Okay, so Dr. Zach Adedeji, that's the chairman of the FIRS, that's Federal Inland Revenue Service, have told his workers to continue working on weekends till the end of the month. This was made possible because, according to him, to ease the process for taxpayers, enhance service delivery, and maximize tax collection during this critical period. As you know, the extension of the working hours is supposed to ease the CIT filing season, reflecting the agency's evolving mandates from simply collecting taxes to facilitating voluntary compliance and improving taxpayer experiences across segments. I know that I'll be trying to get my filing also, and it's been quite delayed. So this is good. It's having workers
because they'll start filing us from next month now if we don't file now.
Yes, so you need to file. Okay, moving on quickly now to Punch. Let's see which story. Benue bloodbath, CDS, IG launch cross-border manhunt for killers. Nigerian arrested. Is it Nigerian or Nigerian? Arrested with 1.8 billion naira drugs in India, risks 20-year jail term. 7 killed, 2 missing in fresh herdsmen attack in Enugu. Police inspector shot dead by 10-year-old son in Anambra. Lagos court jails businessman 2 years for drug trafficking. Worshippers escaped death as building collapsed on church in Lagos. Yes. Let's take one story from the break.
Worshippers. So some worshippers at the parish of the Redeemed Christian Church of God located in Shomolu area of Lagos State escaped death by whisker on Monday after a 2-story building that was under construction collapsed on the church building. Said the permanent secretary of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, Olufemi Okeyin-Santolu, in a statement said the building collapsed during the decking process. He said that one of the pillars of the collapsed building fell on the church building, and upon arrival of the agency response to the scene, it was observed that the 2-story building under construction was found to have collapsed during the decking preliminary process. So investigations started, and they revealed that the collapsed structure was one of the 2 structures being constructed at the site. The cause of the incident is yet to be determined at the time they had the report, but thankfully nobody in the church was injured. They were able to leave that environment. We need to pay attention to how we build our structures.
Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Hello, TVC Communications. How can I help?
What makes TVC the right choice for my business?
Excellent question, sir. Let me share some exciting facts with you.
Start your day on TVC Entertainment with Wake Up Nigeria, a family and lifestyle show. Your view empowers women globally.
It's your view, let it count.
Entertainment Splash delivers the hottest celebrity trends. On TVC News, we keep you informed with breaking news and in-depth analysis of events shaping the world.
I will continue to speak the truth.
TVC News at 7 and TVC News at 10 p.m. delivers the most important stories of the day. Max FM, your hit music radio station, captivates listeners daily across Lagos and Abuja, making every commute more enjoyable. Adaba 88.9 FM is not left out, as it is the voice of Southwest. And on TVC Digital, we reach to million viewers daily. All together, pulls in over 17 million viewers daily. Contact us on 0707 272 8338 or marketing at tvccommunications.tv. Partner with TVC Communications today. Let's grow together.
Imagine a country with over 320 languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa and Igbo? Where we get a common language where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self and every person wey dey for street. That's why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show Waiting Day with your brother, your friend Wale Po.
Everywhere. So, Bobo. This na Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Now we be What's Up Naija crew. Now we they give you what they sup for inside we country.
Yes, so
keep it loud.
You've got me your papa. Why you not gonna make Yanga?
how do I holla? Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, we right here. Nobody better than we, right?
Okay, now whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Get ready to step into the heartbeat of your city like never before. Welcome to Events Diary, where every moment is a celebration. From the electric energy of Owambe extravaganza, to the richness of our culture, to the sophistication of corporate gatherings, Events Diary is your VIP pass to the hottest gatherings in Nigeria. And guess what? I'll be your guide, your style icon. Each week, join me as I transform from traditional chic to corporate sleek. Whether it's a birthday bash or a high-profile gala, you won't just see it. You'll feel like you're right there with me. Aww. From meetings to evening soirees, I'll be there. Or to the trendiest street festivals or to music concerts, Events Diary has something for everyone. So join me as we explore the vibrant tapestry of Nigerian scene, one event at a time.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing points. There's a story I have here. So a tragic incident occurred in Awka, Anambra State on Sunday when a 10-year-old boy accidentally shot and killed his father, a police inspector identified as Okoli Amechi, with the officer's AK-47 rifle. According to the report, they gathered that the bullets also hit the officer's second son's hand, Emmanuel, in a chaotic scene that occurred during the accidental discharge at their residence. The boy was said to be fondling with the AK-47, which was loaded, that was assigned to the officer, when he mistakenly pulled the trigger and the bullet struck the officer on the back and also hit his brother on the arm. He was pronounced dead in the hospital, and the boy is still recovering.
How old is the boy? Needs to go through therapy, please.
Yes,
the boy
he will not forgive himself.
10, he's got 10 years old. Little kid. But the father shouldn't be letting a loaded weapon. How do you fund with it? Come on.
With boys,
still the same
with
laxity
kids.
that some of our police officers demonstrate with civilians. That's the laxity with which
true.
We just probably
They
care
are
for his
kids.
weapon. Yeah, he hits closer to home now. I have the story about the Nigerian who was arrested, the female Nigerian who was arrested in India with drugs over to the tune of 1.8 billion naira. Now, a 25-year-old Nigerian, Ife Oluwa Akinwumi, she risks up to 20 years jail in India after she was allegedly caught with... Yes, a she. Women in... allegedly caught in possession of drugs.
All the way in India.
Worth 1.8 billion naira. Now, Akinwumi reportedly is a hairstylist and a nail stylist, and she was arrested last Tuesday by operatives of the anti-narcotics wing in the Central Crime Branch in Bengaluru. Beg your pardon. Yeah, so now they found on her a bag that contained 5.325 kilograms of MDMA crystals, commonly known as party drugs. Now, the contraband was concealed in traditional Indian outfits, and according to the laws, Section 23 of the NDPS Act stipulates severe penalties for those who are caught with importing, exporting, or transshipping narcotic drugs. And so right now she faces a minimum of 10 years and up to 20 years in prison, in addition to heavy fines.
Fantastic.
Nigerians are doing us great, and you know, the world over. You are taking us.
Yes.
You are just messing up the narrative.
Yes, now. Okay.
Yeah, so I have a story. It was very confusing with the headline. It said Jigawa relocates misused farmland to farmers. So maybe, and I was trying to understand the context of what the misuse is, but they didn't explain it. The Jigawa state government has made a significant step towards maximizing the available farmland. Apparently, some people are not using the farmland, or they're not using it for farming, and so they said across the 27 local governments in Jigawa, they have decided to reassign farmland to actual farmers who are using the farm, and the action is being taken. It's taking place immediately. That they said this will promote peaceful coexistence between farmers and herders. He stressed his administration is willing to work to expand social security coverage and promote economic growth, but I'm always concerned when governments allocate land for farmers, because local farmers might not seem to be using the farm to capacity, but that's where they eat. So when somebody else comes in and swoops in and takes over their land, there's always a bit of contention that takes place. A lot of it happened in Benin with someone I know that acquired massive land for palm oil from the government, but local farmers are like, these thousands of acres is our family land. You cannot just come and say because we did not use it, you want to use it based on government. So let's not, in solving one problem, lead to another problem. But we'll see how the Jigawa State governor resolves this completely.
Thanks for that talk. But let's move on to Vanguard. Israel-Iran war, 300,000 flee Iran. Oil price drops 4%. Bloodletting Tinubu shifts Kaduna trip and heads for Benue. Other stories here within the papers. We have the suspected herdsman killed over 10 in Enugu. Another flood in Niger submerges bridge, sweeps off the covert. 2 lawyers, developer in court over alleged land scam in Lekki. And power outage protest erupts in Kwale as youth demand step down of IPP. Okay, which story are we taking in Vanguard?
Yeah, so another flood has occurred in Bida, capital of Bida local government area of the state, that's Mina, where 11 houses were submerged, property lost, bridge and covert also swept away. However, no life was lost. The incident happened on Saturday with the torrential rain lasting about 5 hours from 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. And the areas generally affected included Kodogi, Nasarafatu Road, Bida, Federal Polytechnic and GRA Road, Bida. Now, the state government led the Commissioner for Environment and Climate Change, Mohammed Kolo, has led the delegation for an on-the-spot assessment, and he expressed sympathy to the affected people in the area, saying that the areas will be fixed very soon. He said the state government is worried and pained about the development, and within the next 48 hours, government would commence the rehabilitation of the 1-kilometer road to avert future occurrence. Government will, as a matter of utmost importance, also address the ecological challenges bedeviling the area. He said, unlike the Mokwa flood, which the cause is yet unknown, that of Bida was, attributed to the road construction company handling rehabilitation of roads in the area. So according to one of the residents, Abubakar Bida, he says the Arab contractors, the firm handling construction of road from low-cost houses, Federal Polytechnic to GRA Road in Bida, diverted the drainage with huge volume of water to the 2 communities, leading to the destruction of property worth millions of naira. Another resident, Musa Kodogi, Yakubu Mohammed, also said that the 2 communities had faced devastating erosion in the past. So this diversion now did not work for them. So I think they need a lot of government intervention. Government has promised, but we don't have to keep waiting till it happens before we now start acting. We are supposed to. The signs are always there.
So for those of us following the Iran war and Israel, really in a dramatic turn of events yesterday, the Islamic Republic of Iran signaled its willingness to pursue a ceasefire in its ongoing war with Israel, even as heavy Israel air aids continue to pound critical targets in and around Tehran, including headquarters of the state television. Tehran has made it very clear that any potential truce is contingent on the United States, Donald Trump, staying out of the battlefield, because obviously Donald Trump is behind Israel. Despite his appeal for dialogue, Iran is still absorbing heavy losses. Israel warplanes under the banner of Operation Rising Lion launched a fresh wave of attacks on Monday morning, targeting missile stockpiles, suspected nuclear infrastructure, and notably the National Broadcasting Complex of Islamic Republic of Iran broadcasting in central Tehran. And that's a major mouthpiece. So the strike on IRIB dealt a symbolic and psychological blow to the regime, effectively knocking off national broadcasts for several hours and sending shockwaves to the capital. Just hope this war doesn't
come to an end.
I have in a continuous wave of sweeping attacks. Now in Enugu State in the east, bandits suspected to be Fulani herdsmen have once again killed over 10 persons in Agwamede, in Eha Amofu, in Isuzo local government area of Enugu State on Sunday evening. Now, sources from the community disclosed that the killer herdsmen were probably dropped by a helicopter. Get that? That reportedly flew around the community earlier in the day. Now, according to the informant, he said the bandits invaded certain communities, Ikpakpara, Agwamede communities, around 4:30 p.m. when some people were still in the church and started to slaughter the natives like cows. They did not announce their operation with any gunshots. They just came in and started using their machetes to butcher people and killed more than 10 persons in their homes before anybody knew what was happening.
Yeah, really sad.
Really sad.
Story?
Another sad story is just annoying that we're announcing sad stories. I beg. Because there was a real estate story that caught my attention, but there wasn't anything conclusive. It's an ongoing case, so I'm not going to take that story. But this 56-year-old farmer was killed by his farm workers in Edo State, and this was because there was a demand for 300,000 naira, and they actually kidnapped their boss. And called the family and demanded a 60 million naira ransom. The family insisted that they wanted to talk to the family members, and then they dropped it to 300,000. Long and short is the staff actually were the ones that kidnapped him. He's a farmer. They connived. They finally killed him and buried him in a shallow grave. About 5 of his workers were the ones that put it together. He's someone that had sold pineapple worth 900,000 in this particular farm, and so they knew that he had come to collect the money. So they took the money and they were hoping to get more. They couldn't get more from the family members, but they killed him and buried him and took the money away.
Really, 900,000. Oh, that's so sad. Let's go. That's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, move on to our next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government that will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call a permanent solution.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty.
My name na Uwi Balogun.
My name na Damilola Banire. My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen. And this na Abigail. And I day on top of your view pigeon. I'm going to bring you bass, boost.
I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show say now my husband be this.
This na wetin you want.
After that day, the man
you no go see am again. If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody.
When you dey find the husband, you not see sign say the guy small thing, don't vex, don't use signs.
If they look for person we go give am to you, fact as he be.
Men no dey ever get fault. If baby not dey for her, na the woman.
Talk no dey be person yo, make person no fit talk true inside.
But for this country, we know say if we open curtain in the morning, waiting no good, no good. Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information. We no even take responsibility for the children.
Leave the man.
And that's some poria.
As the morning light filters in, the Max Breakfast kickstarts your day from the bedside.
We bring you the morning vibe and plenty of ginger to start your day right.
Join us on the Max Breakfast as we help you sing your day one step at a time. On Max Hits, we've got the ultimate playlist for you. We give you back to back.
And all the biggest news from the world of entertainment. Only on Max Hits.
Area! Waiting the apple, waiting the shop. Tune into the award-winning waiting the 102.3 Max FM.
Lagos, Nigeria, you're welcome to the Max Drive.
Whether you're there for inside motor, you're there for inside traffic, we're there for you with a Max.
Late nights on Max FM is where we help you connect the dots and put you in that place where you are ready to do it right.
We are dishing out the top hits.
Thanks for staying with us. So the Benue State government had suspended 2 top aides, Chief of Staff John Ukeyima and Chief Press Secretary Lubel Tekula, for participating in protests against ongoing killings in the state. Honorable Ato Teva Joseph, Principal Special Assistant to the Benue State Governor on Youth and Media Mobilization, announced their immediate and indefinite suspension via a letter on June 14th. The decision comes amid growing public outrage and outcry following the brutal attack at Yelewata community in Benue State, where 250 people were reportedly killed. The protesters demanded government action to restore peace and security. Now, these 2 members of his cabinet, the governor's cabinet, joined the protest. What are your thoughts on the suspension? Do you agree? Do you think it was right, or was it wrong for them to join the protest? You can join the conversation on 020-1635-2013, 090-241-63440. You can also send us your messages on X and also YouTube. We'll be happy to share your thoughts. What do you guys think? Chika, you want to?
Yes. So while I understand that every position in government has its own, code of conduct, there are ethics that you must, live by and you must embody. I honestly feel like Benue State government has missed a critical moment to wear a human face. I think that this is the first time in the history of the attacks that we have heard, attacks that we've heard and seen that has been happening in Benue State. This is the first time that we're seeing that cabinet members are coming out to take this stance. And so what it says to me is that this could have easily been a moment where the people who have been hurt, who have been grossly affected by the loss, a terrible loss of human lives, could have felt that the government really feels their pain beyond talk and rhetoric. I feel that this cabinet members taking a stance such as this, which they have never taken before now, speaks to the fact that this time around, it is no longer business as usual. And this is something that the government could have played, and this, not like this is a game, but really played to their advantage. We don't know to what extent. I mean, even if the cabinet members didn't lose family members in these attacks, I mean, the whole essence of governance is to ensure that you feel the pain, the pulse of the people that you lead. And so if feeling the pulse is that, says to them that we take a stance and say, we share in your pain, we speak with you, we lend our voice to show that we truly, beyond just words, really feel this gross, immense, immeasurable pain. I do not think that. I think that sacking them sends the wrong narrative. There could have been in-house conversations to the effect where it's like, okay, while we understand that, what you have done, speaks to the people whom we have chosen to lead. This is a reminder or a refresher course to say, there's a place and time. Right now, this just sends out the wrong message, if you ask me.
Okay, for me, I like how you started. There's usually a code of conduct in every organization, right? And it's important that if you are working in a place, that you must adhere to the code of conduct. There's also something about organizations where at every point in time, you need to show that you're loyal to the organization you're working for. If you're not loyal to that organization, you tender your resignation letter and you leave. As long as you're still working in that organization. Let's play it this way. Let's take, for instance, something is happening between TVC and, people on the streets, or maybe another company. And then because we feel like TVC did not do well this time around, me and Tokwe decide to stand outside and join the protest. The message we are passing to TVC is that we are not loyal to you. Even if it had to do with loss of lives, there's a way we could have brought the conversation to TVC. I also like your second point, which is they could have found a way to have that conversation instead of, suspending them. The people who went on the protest could have found a way to discuss with the principal to say that this thing that is happening in this Benue state, we can no longer stand for it. What is your plan? What are you going to do? Because we are not happy about it. It's an indoor conversation. But when they go outside, because they are still under the employ of their principal or the state or the governor or the government, they must be seen to align, or else you're passing the wrong message that the house, the scripture says the house that is divided within itself cannot stand. So the suspension, as far as I'm concerned, my personal opinion, was in the right direction. We always sit on this table and talk about the right way of doing things. Because everybody is shouting and going a certain way does not mean we all jump and follow them. Can some people, especially those in leadership positions, find the right way of doing things? They could lend their voice in-house, do all they need to do. If they're going to be writing letters to the IG, whatever it is that they need to do to support, than going out to protest. Because at the end of the day, what is the protest basically? Protesting what has happened. Did anything get resolved in the protest ground? Of course not. Everything that will be resolved after the protest is still we going back to have conversations, we finding ways to use our kinetic method to solve, I'm liking that word, to solve those issues. It will still not, happen at the protest. Right. So we could save what we feel and go where it matters most, where we can make more of the impact, my personal opinion.
So what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so for me, wow. Two key staff closely working with the governor joined a protest that seemed to be, that is a protest against the massacre that took place in Benue. The protest wasn't against the governor. The protest was concerning the killings that took place. Our politicians need to stop to be having such a thin skin when it comes to anything that seems like a protest. They mustn't take up. Politicians must stop taking every protest personal. It's not an attack against your person. People died. 100 people died, and you have the nerve to feel betrayed, to be angry, to feel like somebody was disloyal to you. The government just failed over 100 people. So if you're two out of your staff join the protest, for you, that the conversation shouldn't be around, I feel betrayed, this is political, because that response feels like a political move. Like, maybe there are news that they've been infiltrated by other political group, or they're not in our camp again, or they're not loyal. Your job is not to look for loyalty right now. You have to solve the critical problem of the fact that your citizens are being killed on a daily basis. That is the real crisis. This is a wrong move by all standards. Should there be loyalty? Yes. Should the staff have gone and joined the protest? Who knows? I can't even say no anymore right now, because guess what? When you wear the shoulder, then you know when it pinches you. Because what the pictures we saw there, are we going to wait until it's the family members that are killed before they will now speak up? Things have been going on. They probably have been fighting inside. They've been speaking all the English and trying to talk to their, solve the problem. What they have seen, it passed them. They joined protest. You say they are betrayed. So I feel that the conversation here should not be on loyalty or betrayal. It should be on the loss of human lives and delivering the key democratic benefits to citizens.
I hear you, Tokwe. Let me jump in here, because I have a few. I hear you and Chika, and I understand where you're coming from. But the truth is that leadership is not just about one person. There's a team.
Yeah.
Now you're part of a cabinet that takes a decision.
Yeah. And
you can't say only the box stops only at the tip of the governor. We're all having a conversation. How do we fix insecurity?
Yeah.
Now, do you think? I'm not sure. I agree with you that I don't think it's a loyalty or disloyalty issue. Do you think it is inappropriate for somebody who is part of the decision making to therefore go and join the protest? To what end exactly? Because you are supposed to be a solution provider. You should be there saying, guys, these are the things these are the steps we're taking. This is what we're working on. You should be there. Yes, you can stand with the people, telling them what your plans, but then protesting to who exactly? To your boss, or to the presidency, or to God? Who exactly are you protesting? Who's going to solve the problem? It's a question.
Yes, I'd like to take your question. So the question is, was this appropriate to do a thing like this? And then I ask you, what exactly about everything that is happening? What exactly about this whole thing is appropriate? What exactly? Say it to me. ultimately, we do not see the good or the silver lining in the fact that these two cabinet members joined the protest. We have heard and we have seen sometimes where protests go out of hand and things go awry and people just, take to the streets and cause mayhem, even beyond what actually the protest reasons were. Now, the fact that we have these cabinet members, in the protest, do we also look at it from the fact that them being present in some way helps them to shape the narrative and in some way bring controlled measure to some of the fallouts of some of the things that could have happened at the protest, where it's like, okay, we stand with you, and we hear your pain, but also this is what the government, so them being there at the protest is not just to say, we no go agree, the Benue State government is useless, they're not doing anything. It could be that they're also there to allay people, to calm fears, and play the middleman in this situation. When you talk about the fact that in certain structures, like for instance, I work with TVC, would I go and stand in front of TVC building to protest? The structures are not the same. TVC Enterprise is TVC Enterprise. The Benue State government is a government, and the Benue State government has its own employers. Who are the employers of the Benue State government? It is the people. So ultimately, the people are the employers of Benue State government, and the government is accountable to the people.
So Chika, I hear you. Yeah. But you see, there's something you can do for the gram. To say that, I stood with the people. Oh, let the people know that, yes, I'm with them. But does that solve the problem? My own question is, I agree with you, but to what end? As a leader, as somebody who is supposed to have a solution, do you therefore say, okay, you know how somebody recently said they should go and do prayer? How? There's a problem in
and it's a government official.
It's a government official. Let's pray, because in his own mind, I don't have a solution. Let us ask God.
So what are you doing?
So you as a leader, I'm just saying, maybe they also are saying, okay, we should actually look within and fix our problem. It's not by going outside. Maybe that's where the government is coming from. That for you to go outside, I'm just trying to see his own side. But I also hear Chika side, where it has nothing to do with loyalty. It's about what happened. And as a citizen of Benue State, these two people have a right to stand with the people.
Yes. So because it's like, I understand that it's not about loyalty. And when I mentioned loyalty initially, I wasn't saying loyalty to the governor. I was saying loyalty to the position that you carry. Every position we have has responsibilities, and you have to be loyal to the position and the responsibilities that you carry, even while you're fighting for the right and justice and all of that, right? All over the world, there is an order of things. When it comes to the people, when it comes to politics, there's an order of things. It's like something happens in the house and children are crying, and the father joins them to start crying. Who will solve the problem? So there are better ways to solve this problem than standing with people who are talking about it. No, hold on. People gathered. What did the people want to achieve? To make their cries known. Awareness that we can't keep suffering this. They gathered to you, you gather to them back. Who is going to listen to who? At the end of the day.
Let me pause you for a second. Let me go on a very short break. We come back, we continue this conversation and take a few calls. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regular.
So let me go and look for my jam results. So
my 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
That's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, #1 unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for #1 on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back?
You should start the gym to get fat.
Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference? There's a difference.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, it's the empowerment for me.
Sex can make your relationship better.
No. Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too.
Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
This is. That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the person you see on what is his name?
That woman.
Damn! Yeah,
Today we'll go here.
Hey!
Let's catch up.
And don't been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay good.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing.
When we ask questions concerning how right it must feel for this person to speak up, or we talk about how wrong it was for them to speak up because you're part of the solution, we are on this table talking like we don't know. You're not part of any solution. The decision makers are different. Title is different from decision making. You can make all the contributions in this world to the conversation, and your decision, the decision being made does not reflect
even,
you.
yeah.
These people are not the decision makers. They are
CPS,
not.
Chief Press Secretary, and the cabinet.
How?
Make it resign.
How is the chief press secretary
That's
a decision maker? How will the person influence any form of decision being made concerning security? The person is going to come and tell you what has happened. That's all. So sometimes we talk about it that if you are close to the room and things are going bad, step out.
He knows everything.
So there are two categories to it. Because you can have the title and you are saying things and you cannot
do anything.
You can't do anything because it is out of your hand. It is not within your control. Those are the things that will make you want to join the protest because man, me said they feel we did together for here. Because few years ago, if the governor did not have bulletproof car, guess what? These people, they don't have bulletproof car.
Yeah, true.
The governor had bulletproof car. The former governor, they attacked the car. If not for the fact that the car is bulletproof, it would have gone. So we are dealing with a major issue, and you might find yourself collateral damage out of your loyalty, when in actual fact, you don't even know what is really going on. Yeah. I also feel that there are many people that are victims. Even the governor might be a victim in this matter because the issue predates him. Probably he will leave it behind. Yeah. But when we don't speak up, they will be like, there's a Yoruba proverb, like you cannot be an elder, and if you have political position or clout in any form, you are already seen as an elder. You are privileged. So they expect that you cannot be in that space and things are going bad and you did not say anything. Joining the protest means we had a protest in Lagos. The governor said join the protest. I've not forgotten. The governor of Lagos joined protest because he knew the pulse of the people at the moment needed to be respected.
There's also that danger of leaders joining populist views because that's what people want to hear. Yeah. There are TV stations here or different companies where they join up because they are saying the right thing. But because that's what Nigerians want to hear.
That's what popular.
That is the populist
Get them on
view.
your side, yeah.
So do you think that was the case?
So I'm just saying it is possible. Well, listen, I need the people to know that we, Chief of Staff, also political.
Yes,
we are here for you. We are support you. We are here for you against those political people.
Yes, they are the ones chopping.
I don't want to make it too. I don't want to put too much political. I don't want us to make too much political coloring because of the people that have died. Let's be careful.
Yes.
We're looking at all the various angles, the position of it. That's what I'm putting.
So our hearts go out to the people that have died. We took this story yesterday for the whole, almost the whole show.
Yes.
And it's painful to see skulls of human beings, children, mothers, people that have names.
Yeah.
They are not just numbers.
Yes.
When we say 173 or 200, it's painful. Nobody, not even the governor, will be happy, will be sleeping well right now. That's the truth. They say uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. They come out and tell you what they go through. You'll be amazed, right? So it's painful. But now we are asking, what is the right direction to follow, especially for people who are in leadership, who have a form of responsibility to the others? The masses can choose to become a mob, go out there, scream the screaming, shout the shouting, but the government officials should know better. If you think that in the cabinets that where you belong, they are not making any form of...
resign.
You resign. Tender your resignation and say, I don't believe in you people. I don't trust in you people. I'm going to stand on the other side and hold you... hold on. Let me finish my point. And hold you accountable. What I saw is a form of eye service, one. I also saw a form of... It's more like communicating to the people that your principal, they don't know what they're doing. They don't have a solution because right now people are afraid. If the people who are supposed to give a form of solution join the people that are afraid, where is the hope?
Let me take this call. It comes to you, Chika. Solomon, thanks for calling. You're live. Solomon? Okay, lost the call. Go ahead, Chika. Let's jump in.
Okay, so BC, I hear you and I appreciate the sentiments that you're voicing in terms of systems operating in a seamless way so that everything works and so that the cohesive nature of the ultimate goal of why those systems were formed are realized. I hear you. But we also have to realize that there is a place for grace and compassion. We have to realize that laws, systems, code of conduct, ethics, call it whatever you want to call it, were made for people. And you see, as people continue to evolve, and as occurrences continue to inform and color how we create systems, we have to leave room for in-betweens. Sometimes gray areas will come up and we need to make room for it.
Right.
There will be moments of error.
Yeah.
And it's okay. That's what makes us human.
Right.
If everything we do is spot on all the time, even in the face of adversity, then I feel like can somebody hear me right now?
I hear you. Let me pause you for a quick second. Let me take this call from Moses. Good morning, Moses. Thanks for calling.
Okay, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I can. Yeah. I am concerned about the suspension of the...
Go ahead.
Yeah. I am concerned about the suspension of the aid. Yeah, I understand what you guys are discussing there, your point you're making. But I think we are talking about human life. We should have feelings about it.
Yeah.
If the present governor had been killed before this time, would he have been a governor? And now I am looking at some apparatus they brought to the street for the protest. These are the things they were supposed to put in place to make sure the people of Benue are in good safety. It's not a good thing.
Yeah.
It started from, if you watch at the administration of the past government, Buhari, there were a lot of killing. It looked as if Benue has become the ground for people to be killed and be buried. It's not a good thing. okay, for 2 aides to go out for a protest, the governor should be happy that representative that represent him, originally he would have been there if it were to be outside the country. It is the governor that championed the protest. What are we talking about here? We're talking about human lives. We're talking about people
So, Moses, let me ask you a question. Moses, if all of us, me, all the 36 governors, and including President Tinubu, all protest. Let's just all go on the street and go and protest because we all are feeling the same pain in this country. What then happens? If Tinubu himself joins that protest, his entire cabinet, all the ministers, we are all on the street and we are protesting. Who exactly is going to solve our problem?
No, the truth of the matter is that the governor coming out, or sending his aides to represent him is a sign. He's telling the people of Benue that he's not adamant about whatever is happening. He's on it. That is why he has sent his representative to be there for him. There's no need of him sacking his aide. Okay, I'm watching some videos here. I saw machineries on ground, the police van, the guns, they're on duty. And there are even 20 guys. These are the core duty of the security.
Go ahead, okay.
So, thank you for the call. I feel that while we're having this conversation, we're having a conversation because the governor reacted to what he sensed as disloyalty or betrayal within his cabinet. Because that's the only reason he suspended 2 members of cabinet that were involved in the protest. And he shifted the conversation from the core to a distraction. He shifted the conversation from what is the government doing actively to ensure that lives don't get lost again, putting security in place. So we have entered what they want, which is start discussing the new distraction they have given you, as opposed to discussing the fact that this has been happening all the time, and we're not really solving it. I've interviewed some senators and politicians, and when I ask them questions, the way they will answer me, I'm like, okay, you are the one there now, you should know the answer. Why are you asking me the question as well? So the thing is, there are few decision makers in our politics. We've had a case where a governor said that he's not in charge of the police within his own state. It will still fall to the president because the military reports to the president, and we cannot solve the problem of what's happening in Benue without the military. So if the governor joins the protest, I will not even feel in any way slighted. I'll feel like this governor will just say, myself, I join now. We are together. Because you don't, let's not hold on to position and power to the detriment of the people that gave you that power. The people that gave you the power are on the street protesting that their people are dying. So it is not a case of I am the governor or I am anything, because you are nobody without people. If you are a leader and nobody is following you, you are just taking a stroll, you're walking alone. So you need to have people that are saying, we believe this governor is fighting for us, speaking for us. And the governor lost a very strong moment to send that kind of message.
Signal, yes,
that is what me I would say. He lost it with this move.
Let me take Prince from Anambra. Thanks for calling you live.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, ladies that are in the house.
Good morning.
Concerning this Benue issue, is a very sad issue.
Thanks for calling you live. Go ahead. Mute your TV.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning, ladies. I really appreciate what people are doing.
She's listening to the TV.
So the governor could have joined the protest, and in the next 2 weeks, God forbid, another one will happen. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. We need to ask ourselves, how do we get into the crux of making the right decisions that will work for the people? It's not about showing that we're talking about it or acting like we're talking about it so that people will clap for us. That governor actually joined the protest and carried placard and then goes back and nothing happens. And next week again, another governor comes out, joins the protest, and we clap and then go. That's not what we want. See, I don't want to see governor joining any form of protest. I want to see conversations with the chief of security. I want to see conversations about community policing. I want to see conversations about getting our young men to join the security systems. Those are the conversations. And I don't want to know when you are doing the conversation. I want to see the results. I'm not concerned about there's something they say, perception. Working and showing or seen to be working. I don't want to see you working when it comes to security. I want to see the fact that these people try and come back again and they're deterred. They are sent back. They are killed, they are massacred, we see them, we catch them, we prosecute them. Yeah. Those are the solutions that I want to see, not you coming out with me and carrying placard. I don't care about that. So you said something, hold on, let me finish. You said something again about systems were made for humans, right? And sometimes we have to show a form of compassion and all of that, and grace. I agree with you. But if we forget that those systems also set a precedent. If for every time something like this happens and all the people, members of your cabinet, everybody carries placards.
This is the first time it's happening.
No, I'm just saying they have to set a precedent so that people know and understand how to respect the systems. Let me tell you something. This Obodo Yibo, this Obodo Yibo that we'd like to go to, things are done orderly.
No, they protest.
No, hold on now. Hold on. Who they protest? The cabinet members protest? I'm not talking about the people. The cabinet members don't come out to protest. The prime minister does not come out to protest.
But they resign and then protest.
Did these people resign? Let's follow this thing now. Let's not confuse ourselves. They didn't resign. And I said it from the beginning that if they wanted honorably resign your position from this, is no longer working, and then go to the other side and protest. They didn't resign. So they finished protesting and came back to the office to come and do which work? Work that you've told people that you people cannot do.
Let me take this call. Come see you talk. I think it's.
I didn't finish what I was saying, George.
Hello, hello. Good morning. I think I have a call. Or maybe not.
Morning.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Uche.
Yeah.
You're live. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning. Yeah. You people are trying over there.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. You see, I want to take it on two way sides. Ojageri is saying she's saying the right thing, quite all right, because in every area you belong, you should respect the rule and regulation. Understand? You should respect the rule and regulation. There is a way those people could do it, and also stop the riot or whatever. Understand? Not joining them. I'm really not pleased joining them joining the that riot or whatever, something they are doing. Then on the other side, because of the people involved, because of the people that we've lost, the governor or the government, something that is involved also, should take it lightly and not to just suspend them or whatever. They should call them, caution them and all that. So that's the two sides of it.
Thank you very much, Uche. You see, there's something Tokwe said, and I think where I understand and somewhat agree with you is with the fact that the idea of suspension for me was a distraction. And the reason why I agree it was a distraction, because there is something that just monumental that just happened in your community. Your mind should not be politics of thinking, oh, loyalty, disloyalty. Right now, your focus is how we fixing it. Suspension is you considering, oh, are they being disloyal? This is something, God bless you. It's after we've tackled this elephant. When I say, hey, you went to go and do process. Oh, yeah, please go stay home. But right now, because your mind is being beclouded by politics. So suspension possibly could have been a distraction.
I also think that, you know, we really have a problem with protest in like the body language of government. Once they hear protest or see protest, the entire thing is you against us, but you are us, we are us. We are together. So if the moment you hear protest, your entire you take an antagonistic position against your people that you are representing. They say they are hungry, you take position. They say their families just died, you take position. Then you're not going to solve the problem because you are seeing an attack and you're attacking back. We're not really dealing with the real crisis. Every one of us are being attacked. We are being attacked in Benue. We have been attacked in Enugu. We have been attacked in Edo. We have been attacked. So it is not PDP, Labour Party, APC, opposition, social media. It is not that. It is Nigerians are being attacked. We are being attacked. People are flying in mercenaries into our country to attack us. And then young people protest. You throw tear gas in between them. What are we doing? We're not dealing with the problem. Let us deal with the problem. It is not you against me. It is not us against them. It is all of us for each other so that Nigeria works for all of us. We must take that perspective.
Yeah, so just wrapping up, when I come back to it again, when the Benue State government says that this aids were suspended because there's no sense of loyalty. Then I really have to ask you.
But he used that.
Did they say Abi is me that said
No,
it?
just summarizing, like, loyalty to the opposition or something.
Okay.
So then I ask you, so where do your loyalties lie? You as the Benue State government, right? If we're saying that these people have been fired and we all want to see results. So I am desperately yearning to see going forward what happens next. Now you have fired these people. I want to see what you do next. That gives us foreseeable results, not just for the now, but for the distant future where we see a more secure state. If you say that you're acting in the interest of the people and it's in the interest of the people that you have suspended this aid, let us now see what you do going forward. Like you've said, the same results that you shared, those are the things we all
looking forward to.
We want to see.
So you were saying that we should focus on, he should have focused on what was happening there, maybe later settle down to now, okay, who went for protests and all of that. But he could have been in the office looking for his people to do the work, and they say they are outside.
Two people.
Yes.
Just two people.
Do you know their position? Chief of staff. That's the person that runs the engine. That's the engine.
He was away for a few minutes.
No. You were not there. They said, where is our engineer? I need to send this. I need to do this. I need to do that. Where's our chief outside? He said, no, he's outside. He carry placard.
He did not carry placard.
That's one. Two. Suspension is not bad now. A lot of us have been suspended. Just rest small. We'll call you back. They didn't sack him. If they wanted to sack him, they would have sacked him. So go and finish your protest, then we'll come back and have a conversation. Suspension is not that bad. It's not what we should be.
Not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Let's focus back on the issue.
I think, as I said, on the issue, the suspension thing can actually come across as a distraction. But let us focus again, as Chika said, on the death, the killings, the gruesome murder, I would say, of these people, and hopefully the government can fix this problem sooner than later. Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jam results.
My 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
That's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 1 unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number 1 on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
Another.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym to get fat. Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying. So pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
The empowerment for me.
Sex can make your relationship better.
No. Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too. Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I will not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the person that used to sus? What is his name?
That woman.
Bam! Bam! Yeah,
Today we'll go here.
Hey.
Let's catch up.
I'm sure we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay tuned. TVC Entertainment for pure entertainment.
Imagine a country with over 320 plenty languages. Why you go dey only focus on Yoruba, Hausa and Igbo? When we get a common language wey dey unite everybody from oga to even madam sef and every person wey dey for street. That's na why we dey introduce to 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station wey dey unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show Wetin Dey with your brother, your friend Wale Po.
Everywhere. So, Bobo.
You dey chop for this side.
This na Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Now we be What's Up Naija crew. Now we dey give you wetin dey sup for inside we country.
Yes, so
keep it locked.
You've got me your papa. Why you not gonna make Yanga?
Bound to a holla.
now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, we right here.
Nobody better than we, right?
How can our whispers be that? Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
As the morning light filters in, the Max Breakfast kickstarts your day from the bedside.
Bring you the morning vibe and plenty of ginger to start your day right.
Join us on the Max Breakfast as we help you stream your day one step at a time. On Max Hits, we've got the ultimate playlist for you. We give you back to back.
And all the biggest news from the world of entertainment. Only on Max Hits.
Area, wetin dey happen, wetin dey sup? Tune into the award-winning wetin dey 102.3 Max FM.
Lagos, Nigeria, you're welcome to the Max Drive.
Whether you're there for inside motor, you're there for inside traffic, we're there for you with a Max.
Late nights on Max FM is where we help you connect the dots and put you in that place where you are ready to do it right.
We are dishing out the top hits of the week, counting down the biggest songs on your radio.
Let's go.
Right now.
On Max Sports, we bring to you sporting events happening all around the world.
It's not just sports, it's entertainment.
You know what it is. It's the Max House Party. King Dion, DJ Charlie Shee. Let's go!
We are your go-to for hit music, entertainment, and top-notch radio all day, every day. 102.3 Max FM. Hit music.
Thanks for staying with us. You know, today's Tuesday and we do a lot of health conversations on Tuesdays. So today our focus is going to be a bit on surrogacy. And the reason why we're highlighting is because I think somebody on social media, I think maybe the MD of Dank, Ife, yes, had said something about the fact that she was fine, she's physically fit and able to have children, but she chooses to use a surrogate for having children. Of course, that spurred conversations and then reminded us, because we've also dealt with the issue of surrogacy on this table several times. And because of all the various angles that are coming up, we just thought it was important to bring it again to the fore, because surrogacy has recently become an option for people to take to help have children. So her issue was that she is making a choice, an adult choice, to have a surrogate, despite the fact that she's physically fit and her eggs are in perfect condition. Now, there's another school of thought. I think I read an article about a week or so ago where a woman was saying that we must be real with what surrogacy really is people exploiting those who are in need of money. Because the truth is that, according to this person, she was saying that surrogacy is just an opportunity for the rich to take advantage of somebody who needs money and say, instead of me carrying that 9 months, take this amount of money and carry my pregnancy for me. That people are using it to exploit, and that we need to now have a proper surrogacy bill because a lot of people are being taken advantage of. Others are saying that surrogacy is not even, should not even be recognized as a source because pregnancy is better when you are carrying it naturally. So there are different schools of thought. What are your own thoughts? Let's have a conversation. You can call us on 020-163-52013, 090-241-63440. Also send us messages on X and YouTube. We'll be happy to read your thoughts. Ladies, which ones are which going? Where do you want to start?
The controversy was, the drama was plenty.
That's intense.
So if Ife is really, well, she's been very vocal in recent times regarding the female reproductive system. And for me, it's not about her. It's about the fact that she has poured a conversation. She has brought it to the fore, which is the idea of surrogacy and the liberty a woman has to choose if she wants to or not. I am not usually a fan of medical decisions that are choice-based. I feel that I would only have a medical intervention if you have no other option. That's the reason those interventions were there. The reason they became something called surrogacy was because some women could not carry. And so there was an option of, in creating a solution, we found, okay, somebody can help you to carry because you cannot. Somebody is helping you because you cannot. And then we've got into the option where, even if I can, I don't want to, I should be allowed to do whatever I want to do. Why in a season of freedom? But my worry is, I tilt to the point of view of those that say, where your freedom starts is where other people's freedom also, it ends other people's freedom. Your freedom to pay someone to carry your pregnancy means that you are robbing somebody else of the option of saying, I don't want this, but I need the money, so pay me and I'll carry the pregnancy for you. On the show a few weeks back, we discussed surrogacy, and I was of the opinion that we shouldn't commercialize surrogacy. I said it over and over again, because once you commercialize surrogacy and you start letting it become pure business, my stomach is available for you, just pay me money. Then we make surrogacy strictly for the rich, and we use the body of the poor, same way we use labor, cheap labor. So I'm preventing my stomach. I don't want my body to have stretch mark. Oh yeah, carry the pregnancy for me. A human being. You now rent the body for 9 months. I feel like there's just something wrong about it. If there was a medical condition, yes. But if it is not based on medical condition, you just chose to make a choice like that. I do not think it is. I think
for those of us that are following the surrogacy bill that is being proposed, that they're trying to insist that surrogacy must be through altruistic means, not commercial, which I hear you. So people must say, okay, I am willing to. But how realistic is that? Because nobody does anything for free these days. But anyway, let me come to you, your initial thoughts on this.
So, I mean, everyone who knows me knows my stance on surrogacy, right? I mean, we're not oblivious. And even medical experts this is an ongoing conversation. The ethical and the moral issues surrounding surrogacy, and even legal issues. So, for instance, if someone carries your baby and at some point says, you know what, I don't want to give up this baby anymore. If we had to go to the court,
let's go.
Who would win that case?
The pregnant woman.
You know, if for instance somebody carries your baby and develops, which is natural, a natural attachment to the baby and decides to keep, how do the other family members, if there are other kids who are already in the picture, how do they, what is the acceptance both of the surrogate child and the other children who are already existing before this surrogate child comes into the picture?
I don't like surrogate child.
No, sorry, I'm just saying the child that comes in through that means that I'm trying to.
But again, if we understand, we understand surrogacy. It's not you. It's not your egg. It is my egg and my husband's thing. You're only carrying it.
And there are different types of. There's traditional, there's gestational. So regardless. So there are also religious issues, and I think that's where that's where I stand.
Yeah.
You know, the way it is, when you step out of the bond, the way that it happens, a man's sperm and a woman's egg lives inside another person's body, and that person is not a player in the union of marriage.
Exactly.
And so, as soon as that happens, adultery can be said to have happened. And so that is where I draw the line and say, this is not something that is for me. I do not stand by it. I do not buy into it. I understand that there are health issues. However, we know that there are many other routes that a person can choose to go.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so I think why Ife collected Basbos was...
Oh, she collected Basbos?
Yeah, the Baskiha. It was because
she hits a nerve that society does not like getting to, which is the audacity for you to think that you can outsource this kind of thing. The audacity for a woman to think that she now has a choice, whether it's because of technology, because of the way the world is changing, to decide what happens with her body. How dare you, as a woman, decide what happens with your body? So that was why she got a lot of, you know, the basbos. And the fact that, okay, the religious angle was there, they brought in morality, you know, if you have to do this kind of thing, you should have a problem, not just sitting down, feeling pretty and saying, I don't want my body to fall, I don't want to have stretch mark, I have the funds, I can outsource this and all of that. That was why she got that basbos, because we think we have gotten there, but as a nation, we haven't really gotten to that point where our mindset is open to understand or accept many things. This is more like a Western thing that's coming. Though we had traditional surrogacy, in our tradition and culture and all of that, but now it's more prominent. A lot of people are embracing it. I've said it on the table that I had a conversation with my husband some time ago. That was like, if we've had that baby, it will be 4 years. He or she would be 4 years now. So initially we had planned to have 2 kids. I pushed it to 3. And at the third one, I was not thinking, okay, I'm still young. Let me just quickly do one more. At least if God gives me a boy, I can have another boy for my son, who is in the midst of all girls right now. And the conversation was, no, you're not. He was counting his money. After how many years, he now called me that, baby, do you know that these kids are now going, this one is in secondary school, they are in boarding house, this is only the last one. Let's have one more now. I say, okay, I'm open to it, but I cannot carry again. He said, why? Some of your mates are just getting married now. I said, I like how you put it. Some of my mates, I've carried 3. The last one was so, you know what happened, you know. And I said I was not going to carry anymore, but I would love to have another baby. So it's either we are adopting or we do surrogacy. And he said, lie, he will not do surrogacy. He does not understand what's the meaning of that. I said, okay, I'm done. I don't pack up. We don't get 3. I don't try for you. I'm done, you know. And before I said I was done, I had conversation. You know, there was a time we talked about it. Yeah. Mo was even saying she would even carry for me
and
if I wanted.
To carry for somebody else.
Yeah. So I had gotten a doctor. We had conversations. My husband shut it down. Said he wasn't interested in, you know, surrogacy.
I mean, that's understandable because
all of that.
A lot of people takes time for people to understand.
Yes. Aside from that, so why I didn't want to carry again was the last one took me a longer time to heal, right? So after like 2 years of healing, I said I didn't want to go back to that again. But I know that once I breastfeed, I breastfed my sister-in-law's baby. The day she went out, she didn't come back on time. The baby didn't want to eat anything. And once you're a woman, you've had a baby. Once you put your breast milk in your breast in the baby's mouth, milk will come out. So I did it and I breastfed her very well. She ate, she slept before the mother came back. We used to do it back in the day. Why did we have wet nurses that would breastfeed for the kings and all of that? We did all of this back in the day. There was nothing so moral at the time.
There's something I want to highlight here, which I think is important, because as we're evolving as a people, I think it's important for us to start respecting choices, especially women's choices. I know, as you said earlier, you alluded to the fact that our society is not there yet. And I'm not going to ask us to rush our society. Yeah. But the truth is, a woman should be given a choice. If as an adult, I say, you know what, I don't want to carry a child.
It's okay.
Shouldn't I be therefore respected and regarded for making a choice that technology has afforded me? Because the truth that there was a time where women went through labor. Yeah. Then they introduced something called epidural, where they'll put into your spinal, and then it helps you to release the pain, and the baby comes out. Now, would you say because, I don't believe in technology, in inventions, don't let me have epidural, I must go through the natural pain, just to show how natural my child came out? I'm just saying that.
No, I get you. You see this thing you said, that women should be allowed to have a choice. You see that woman that ends up being your surrogate, did she really have a choice?
What if she did? I was willing to carry. I was willing to carry for her.
Because you were being altruistic. It is not commercial, but in what we are doing now.
So it's therefore difficult to determine which is altruistic and which is commercial.
So that person that would decide to carry for the person, I don't feel like I'd rather pay someone to carry it for me. The person you are paying is the person doing it out of freedom?
But again, is the person an adult? You see, because we baby adults in this country. Once you're an 18-year-old, anywhere in the world,
I'm renting out my room.
I'm asking, because there was a time, I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that adult decisions
should be made by adults.
Should be respected. When you don't ask me a child, the 17-year-old, somebody who has voted, somebody who has married, somebody who has said, I need this money. Shouldn't that person's decision be respected? Why are we not playing the moral kind of how can they be using
when I started the conversation, I said I am happy that she brought it to the fore so that we can all discuss, so that we are seeing the entire view. I am actually, we've gone far. This is major advancement. That somebody will carry phone and say, it's okay, I don't want to do this. But sometimes we make decisions, and while making a decision, if you are already in your 40s, deciding not to carry a pregnancy, it's not really all that glamorous. The point is your body is not going to recover very fast.
Yes.
You're in your 40s.
You're saving your own life.
Do you understand? Let's have the conversation.
Your life.
If you're in your 40s, gestational diabetes is higher. Having BP while you're pregnant is higher. Even
the child coming down with many things, Down syndrome and
when when you want to talk about your freedom, talk about the entirety. Somebody called her out and said that when she was on social media advising that she's waiting for love, she didn't tell anybody online that she had gone to freeze her eggs. They said it. You know what? Let's say the full picture.
No.
You were preaching, wait for love, don't settle for less, leave abuse,
had a backup plan.
All of that. But you had a backup plan. So
preach the backup plan too.
Somebody is looking at you and finding strength in you not to go around and settle for less. But the person doesn't know that you had saved your eggs. So now you're saying you saved egg when you're already in your 40s, and somebody is looking at you and already in their 40s and they don't have any egg to save again. Thank you for the message, but let us give the full picture.
Can I respond to this, Dr. Morayo? I don't owe you full disclosure of how my life runs. I choose what I want to give to you part-time.
Which is important.
You make your decision afterwards. When I'm saying, I'm saving myself, I'm doing this one, I'm doing that one, you decided to choose what you took out of that. It is not my responsibility to give you everything about my life. There are certain things about my life that I choose to keep. It's not for public consumption. Till I wake up one day and decide, okay, I now want to share this part. Let's not begin to hold people to once you say A, you must give us the entirety. You will say A to Z. Because if you don't, that means you are lying to us. I don't understand. Who is buying my data? Who is giving me the script to sit down and give you what? See, we need to understand that the life of social media is not as it seems. Yes. You give what you want to give part-time. You that you are the consumer has a responsibility to sift and filter what it is you want to take. So if I'm listening to somebody who is saying, I don't beat my children, I don't do this one, I don't do that one, and I go home and I see my children doing nonsense and I feel like, they have said they should not beat the children. Yours is your case. Choose what works for you part-time. It's not my responsibility.
Let me go in a very short break. When we come back, I'll start with Chika. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hello, TVC Communications. How can I help?
What makes TVC the right choice for my business?
Excellent question, sir. Let me share some exciting facts with you.
Start your day on TVC Entertainment with Wake Up Nigeria, a family and lifestyle show. Your view empowers women globally.
It's your view, let it count.
Entertainment Splash delivers the hottest celebrity trends. On TVC News, we keep you informed with breaking news and in-depth analysis of events shaping the world.
I will continue to speak the truth.
TVC News at 7 and TVC News at 10 p.m. delivers the most important stories of the day. Max FM, your hit music radio station, captivates listeners daily across Lagos and Abuja, making every commute more enjoyable. Adaba 88.9 FM is not left out, as it is the voice of Southwest. And on TVC Digital, we reach to million viewers daily. All together, pulls in over 17 million viewers daily. Contact us on 0707 272 8338 or marketing at tvccommunications.tv. Partner with TVC Communications today. Let's grow together.
Imagine a country with over 320 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa and Igbo? Where we get a common language where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self and every person wey dey for street. That's why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station wey dey unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show, Waiting Day, with your brother, your friend, Wale Po.
Everywhere.
So, Boko.
This is not Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Oh.
Now we be What's Up Naija crew. Now we they give you what they sup for inside we country.
Yes, so
keep it loud.
You've got me your papa. Why you not gonna make younger?
About wahala.
Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, you're right here. Nobody better than we, right?
I can always whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Get ready to step into the heartbeat of your city like never before. Welcome to Events Diary, where every moment is a celebration. From the electric energy of Owambe extravaganza, to the richness of our culture, to the sophistication of corporate gatherings, Events Diary is your VIP pass to the hottest gatherings in Nigeria. And guess what? I'll be your guide, your style icon. Each week, join me as I transform from traditional chic to corporate sleek. Whether it's a birthday bash or a high-profile gala, you won't just see it. You'll feel like you're right there with me. Aww. From meetings to evening soirees, I'll be there. Or to the trendiest street festivals or to music concerts, Events Diary has something.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing this issue of surrogacy, and I think Chika was going to say something.
Yeah, so that's my final thoughts. Really, BC had talked about why it's important to sift what you hear or receive or absorb or translate from social media spaces, and that speaks to choice. I was also going to wrap up my final thoughts, on the matter of choice. The life that we have is a gift from God. Sure. And so even when God has given us a gift of free will, it's also important to people like me that, how you use that free will matters. It's because Adam and Eve chose to use their free will, how they chose. That is why we are where we are today. So in as much as, think about it, if people were to run amok with using their freedom however they so choose, think about the society that we would find ourselves in today. So within the confines and construct of using choice, we need to also, not just doing pandering to whatever whim and caprice and emotion that we feel.
Because I have to read this message from Willie.
Please do.
Oh, okay. Is that one?
It says, listen carefully. It is a blessing for a woman to carry her baby in her womb. That's how God wants it. Okay. Don't let wokeness derail you. Unless for medical reasons, she can adopt options like surrogacy, IVF and all. You can't say my body is my decision. I don't feel like carrying a child. I want surrogacy. No, your body is God's temple. Please make me understand this.
He's the mouthpiece of the gods. And
please make me understand because I don't understand.
Okay, so
what's in the word he
says. His very good friend, Ashiri, also wrote something that I'm going to read. No, totally different. But a different perspective. He said, have you really thought about this, the freedom? What you call empowerment may depend on another woman's lack of options. So is it really freedom if one woman's autonomy relies on another woman's financial desperation? Do we see the conflict of interest here? Now, I believe that with great freedom comes great responsibility. Yeah. I feel like the more freedom we have, the more responsible we should be. And there's another, since we're quoting people, I love Kule Shorinyo. He said that the height of freedom is insanity. So I am free. Have we seen people do with surgery to their body?
That's what I just.
It's freedom. The height of freedom is you are insane. No, I want my eye like this, my nose like this. So you do everything you want to do. People are turning themselves into animals in the name of freedom. Then I will conclude by my religious standpoint that we will use whatever people use religion to in the way that suits them. I feel that technology and science is to help us advance and achieve our goals. I do not want to make any woman who cannot get pregnant naturally feel bad about that journey. So if you can, we bless God for your ability to be able to get pregnant and carry babies. The women who cannot are also blessed to be mothers, maybe through surrogacy or adoption, and they shouldn't be judged for taking those options. For those that do their freedom, I will not judge even Ife for what she's doing. But BC said something, and I will say it again. On social media, what you see is the tip of an iceberg. Yeah. Which means that the real entire picture you don't know. Okay, don't make your life decision based on the tip of the iceberg that you are seeing.
So when we say the other people who are choosing to carry is because they do not have a choice. We have people who give birth to their children and send them off to do house help because they do not have a choice, right? I think it's different. I don't think it's about choice on the part of the people who are carrying, because any woman who has decided to carry a child for somebody, some may not have thought it through, especially if they are very young. And that's why we're saying that this law that is about to come should come in such a way that we have systems to protect the ability for us to use our freedom. It doesn't mean that they should not be compensated for it. And I talked about it when we had that conversation. But it means that the system preserves even the person who has chosen to carry for whatever reason they have chosen to carry. Some people are looking for money and they feel they want to go into Yahoo, prostitution, criminality. Somebody's now saying that, why do I have the capacity to carry? Why do I want to carry and get my needs met? How is that a crime in the first place?
I think the conversation we're having now is just because of in the next 20, 30 years, this is going to be a forgone issue, because yes, these are still early days and understandable, because I mean somebody who has a car versus who doesn't have a car, I can say because the business house is the walking distance, but I choose to have a car. I will drive my Lexus to business house.
They will not say you have committed a crime.
Because you don't have the vehicle, I want to work. I will rather you rather work. You not say because so it's a conversation that you can understand. But
CS we have like
to
that.
Yes, because CS back then all the criticism was there. So 30 years this will not be an issue. But let's go on a short break. When we come back, we have to bring in some people from the blood bank. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final decisions on policies, programs of government that will have to ensure that the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty. My name is Nachika Okeke.
My name is Uwi Balogun.
My name is Damilola Banire. My name is Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen. And this na Abigail.
And I dare on top of you, Pigeon.
I'm going to bring you bass, boost. I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show, say, now my husband be this.
This now what you want.
After that day, the man
you go see him again.
If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody.
When you dey find the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't vex, don't give signs.
If they look for person we go give them to you, fact as he be.
Men no dey ever get fault. If baby not dey for her,
na the woman.
talk no dey be person, make person no fit talk through inside. But for this country, we know say if we open curtain in the morning, wetin no good, no good. Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information. We no even take responsibility for the children. Please demand. And that's some period.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Thanks for staying with us. So last Saturday, June 14th, was the world celebrated World Blood Donor Day, a global event recognizing the life-saving contributions of blood donors worldwide. The theme of this year's anniversary was Give Blood, Give Hope, Together We Save Lives, with highlighting the importance of voluntary blood donation in ensuring a stable blood supply for the patients in need. Joining us in the studio to discuss this is Executive Secretary, Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service, Dr. Biodu Oshikomaya. Welcome to the show. Thank you very much. You know, you've come here several times, and year in, year out, you tell us about this. So tell us, how we're doing with blood donation.
We still are not doing very fine, really. Until everybody becomes a voluntary blood donor, we'll continue to say that you should donate. But I'm sure you still hear news of lack of blood, or people trying to tout blood, or commercial donors. So we still are not doing very, very fine. And it's not just Lagos. I think it's a global thing. In recent times, if you check all your social media handles, there's always one story about shortage or the other. So I think it's a global issue, not just in Lagos State or Nigeria.
Yeah, so I think we also need to give out more information. A few months ago, we had this conversation. I was like, till today, I don't even know where they used to go and give the blood. If I choose to. I don't know where to get in to get tested and all of that. But there are some myths that some people have about blood donation, why they don't really come out to donate blood. Can you help us share some of those myths and find a way to debunk them?
So you've asked me two questions. So the first one is, where can you donate blood? Because blood is a very technical and sensitive thing. You can't just give blood anywhere. So you can donate blood in any of the states hospitals, that is the general hospitals or the teaching hospitals. You can also go to the federal healthcare centers like LUT, that's Lagos University Teaching Hospital, National Orthopedic Hospital at Igbobi, the federal medical centers at Ekpe and Epitemeta, as well as the military hospitals, naval hospitals. So the public facilities are the first point of call if you want to give blood. You can also go to any of the Lagos Blood Transfusion Service voluntary blood donation centers. We have one at Bakala General Hospital. It is beautiful. You need to go there. You've been there before.
Yes,
it's getting better. I need to see the things that are happening there too.
They pamper you too. You couldn't
no, it's really a really nice experience when you go to the voluntary blood donation centers compared to when you go to the hospitals to give blood. And then you could go to some private hospitals now, and people don't want to go to places where they don't feel comfortable. You know, most public hospitals, there's a large crowd, and there's sometimes can complain of the smell of the people there. So they're beginning to request to go to the private hospitals. So if you go to any of the big private hospitals, just ask for the Lagos Blood Transfusion Service logo. That is a sign that they have been licensed. It also means that they've been trained and they have the appropriate equipment to donate blood. So with respect to the myths, oh God, there are so many very funny ones. For example, blood donation can shorten life. Okay. Yes, all those myths and cultural false disbeliefs also actually stem from an experience somebody has had. Maybe somebody gave blood and something happened. For whatever reason, people just begin to talk about it and relate that bad experience to the blood donation. So really there is no relationship between giving blood and dying young. Yes, because actually blood donation makes you healthy, and then it actually makes you live better because of studies that have shown that you could have a less risk of cancers, you could have a less risk of having cardiac conditions and strokes. So really that's one of them. Another one is if you donate blood is related to infertility or
not at all.
Not at all.
Let me ask you this question about because we assume everybody knows the advantage of blood donation, but really some people are watching and wondering, why should I voluntarily walk in to donate blood? What benefit is it? So you've mentioned a bit of benefits to the person donating, but what's the advantage? Why are we clamoring for more blood donations? So
the first is we need to save lives, and blood cannot be produced in any company, it cannot be manufactured, and you can't grow blood. There are so many studies being done, and yet we've not been able to do that. So the first thing is that you are saving lives. People that do not have any alternative to remain alive, and that's the first thing. And subsequently you can do some tests, you can have free health checks, you can have your tests done without paying out of pocket, especially now that it's so expensive to do anything. You could also have you can have an exposure of underlying illnesses. You're going to answer a lot of questions. Those questions could be so frustrating, but really each one is important because it will help you to uncover or reveal any underlying health conditions that you have. And then there are studies that shows that if you donate blood regularly, you have a very good mental state. In Lagos, see the traffic, everything, you need something to keep you in a very good mental state.
Your blood is not enough.
How often? How often should you give blood?
Every 3 to 4 months you could give blood.
Wow.
Every 3 to 4 months. And he said if your blood is not enough.
Yes,
so many of us, I'm sure all of us here, one of us will not have enough blood.
It's possible, right?
Yes, it's possible because when you give blood, you give blood that is extra.
You have so they will run a test.
You run a
and
test.
Then tell you have enough to
give. Have to give someone else. But there are times when you don't have enough blood, and that's one of the advantages
of getting to
get those tests done. So if it's not enough, if it's not too bad, if it's just mild, we talk about dietary changes. Eat vegetables. Take a lot of
drink
fruits.
Ugu, squeeze dugu.
Take a wedu and things like that. Before we now go on for you to see the doctor if it is still not working. So you might get a referral if it's really bad to see a doctor.
So now that the campaign is on, is there a particular theme or a message you're sending out there to Nigerians, especially in this time?
Yeah, we have a global message that says that give blood, give hope, together we save lives. And at the blood transfusion service, we have added an extra, and that is give blood, but volunteer early. So we want our children to begin to volunteer. Look, join the brownie, help the old people. Because the truth is that we have this culture of not donating blood. And the culture started from child because you always expect somebody to give you back for whatever you've done. So if you learn to volunteer, by the time you're eligible to donate blood, nobody will need to talk so much. Donate blood, it becomes a part of you already. So we need to encourage our parents, to encourage our children, and to encourage teachers and schools to teach our children how to volunteer.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bodunrin, for helping us understand, because we bring you every year. We're hoping that this year you tell us, Mariel, the numbers have increased, you have more people.
Yes, the numbers are increasing, but our target is 100%. We're not going less than that. 100.
Wow. Where are you now?
13.
What?
Yes.
Onoshiji.
Yeah, it's 13.
Very shocking.
That's just Lagos.
That's just Lagos is actually the highest so far globally, as in worldwide. In Nigeria, I mean, it's much lower than that. Yeah,
that's sad.
So you see that I'll continue to say it until we get to that 100%. Thank you.
That's all we can take on today's show. Hope you learned a few things as we have. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.